like to try to set your first mines? Where do you think the most effective places are to set them up?
Yeah, first of all, actually, when Protoss players they saw that the Theron is making very fast expos, so Protoss players usually they also just try to make another expert very quickly. So I need to put my mines on the position of Nexus, right? Just to put my mines just everywhere, just every location, just to find out. And just if I have mine there, just prop cannot build the Nexus, so it's gonna be it's very bad for Protoss players. So because they need to bring some observers to kill my mine, and they lost some timing to build their experts. So it's very kind of disadvantage. So I think just first of all, just I need to put my mind on the locations, and as I did in this game, just set the patrol just one virtue just to kill the probe, which will come just to make another expert, and just to put some mines in the center maybe. Just but of course, if I put some mines in the center, Protoss is very easy to kill them because they have dragoons and observers. So, but these mines need just to explore the maps. Maybe I will find some shuttle just flying down, and with these mines I need to just check the movement of Protoss troops. So yeah, but mine is very important just to explore the map. That's another kind of scan, I can say. Yeah.
All right. So you're loading up a drop. You're loading up the drop ship.
Yeah. Yes, but it looks like the Protoss has very good defense from the dropship. But and so I scanned his natural, and I'm going to just another place, but the observer just find out that and just look at that such kind of wall doesn't allow the dragons to work through, but the Zealot can. But this position of tank is very good in this map. And the dragons cannot just reach the tank to kill it, and so only Zealots. Actually, the main task of such kind of drop is not just to kill a lot of the huge amount of drops, right? But just I need to intercept, just interrupt this Protoss player just from doing his just all his things, all his stuff, because I make him just to pay attention to such kind of drop, and it forces just not to do such different things, such maybe, for example, just to make cannons or an access or just to another places. Just kind of yeah. And sometimes it can happen very luckily that I can just go to drop and just to kill maybe just a huge amount of drops. It happens sometimes, but the task of such kind of drop is just to gain some time for me, of course, because as you can see, I have a very huge amount of my troops. It's already 176, and almost you can see that almost +2 to my +2 attack for my mechanical units is almost done. So it's the timing just to go out.
It does look like you're gonna have a very nice timing getting maxed up as soon as, or right around the time that second attack finishes.
Yeah.
All right, this is a small thing, and I noticed this in a lot of your replays. Actually, you build this one supply depot significantly in front of your natural.
Yeah.
And you do it against multiple races too. Why?
Maybe just such kind of buildings. They they are very useful to defense my troops, because when I go out and when I go out, maybe it's not just some Protoss players who have very aggressive style. They just prefer to go attack to me. But just such kind of buildings, such like turrets or just supply depots, right? Just the Protoss units just attack these depots, these buildings. It means that I can save my units just from losing the attack of Protoss. So as much buildings I have, so that means I can save just more troops and more units from this attack.
So the supply depot is there to exploit bad AI and just tank damage while your sheath tanks.
Yeah,
okay.
That's right.
Okay. If you look by that supply depot, do these 3 mines in the middle of your giant tank force scare you? Because as an observer, they scare me every time I see Terran do something like that.
But actually, Terran players, I don't know, as the Terran player, in this period, I need to do a lot of things to
You're cutting out.
In this engagement, I just made a little bit one mistake. I think I don't I didn't put EMP on those arbiters. They just made this almost 8 tanks. But the tank is very huge amount of tanks. So that's why this Protoss will stay survive. And I had to scan another location of this center and just to put EMP on this arbiter in advance. But I common the mistake in the PvP matchup, because I had just to go out very slow. I always hurry. I always hurt and always lose. This is my common mistake, so I need to work over it. Yeah.
So so you're saying you can avoid engagements by waiting for more science vessel energy?
Yeah. Actually, I had enough energy, but the science vessel didn't go to just search this arbiter. But actually, Protoss player he attacked me earlier than I went to put EMP to those arbiters. But actually, as you can see, I have very good eco situation, because I had 4 experts and they are working very well. Actually, Protoss has also good situation. But the mistake of this Protoss is he doesn't make enough gateways. Only now he's making another gateway in this another location, but he had to build it earlier. Yeah. And you can see I have 10 factories. 10 factories is pretty enough just to gain max 200 units. Is just more than enough. And as you can see, I have already 200, but this Protoss has only 116. And it means that he doesn't have enough gateways. This was his mistake.
Yeah. Okay. Another question I had about something I would define as very project style. You have 10 gateways and only 2 machine shops.
10 factories. Yeah.
10 factories and only 2 machine shops, and that's not something that a lot of Terran players do. Why do you like the super heavy vulture army as opposed to more tanks?
Yeah. Actually, as you can see, it depends on maps, I think. Because only Sports Expo that I put on the 12, only that Expo has the gas. But actually, if I make just third add-ons before that, just I don't have enough gas just to build everything. I need to upgrade my units. I need to build science vessel, which is very high gas, high cost, right? And I don't have such I don't have such enough gas for everything. Also, I need to make some Goliaths just to kill Arby's. Everything costs some gases, but actually only in this map only the sports aspect